I love the suspenders. Looking sharp there. Well, just to clarify, I am not a member of the lame brain media that didn't see this coming. Before I get started, I've been asked to read this notice from the Richmond County Sheriff's Office, and I apologize, this may put a damper on things, but the Richmond County Sheriff's Office has asked me to let you know to please be on the lookout for a handful of known right-wing extremists. And I think you know who you are. But the suspects they have in mind are described as old, white, with really bad wigs. Persons of interest being sought in connection with this dangerous right-wing extremism include Madison, James, Jefferson, Thomas, Franklin, Benjamin, and Sam Adams. And I love his beer. Good evening, my name is Michael and I'm a recovering extremist. It's been half an hour since I've read the Constitution. You know, that's what it's come to these days. If you believe in the Constitution and you think that it should be applied to American life, you are an extremist. Well, guess what? I'm proud to be an extremist. People who are hardworking, law-abiding Americans aren't supposed to protest anything. You're supposed to shut your mouth, keep your head down, go to work, and earn the government's money. Oh, and by the way, let's have some of your children's and grandchildren's money while you're at it. So, we had to go around the national lame brain media to get to these parties tonight. And I'm here to tell you that to fix this mess, we're going to have to go around our politicians too. I am here to give you a solution to this problem, not just to rant. But I'm going to tell you, I've given up on the politicians, and that is the point where you need to start from. If you understand this problem, you start from the standpoint that you have to give up on the politicians and do this ourselves. Well, I'll bet you think there's nothing you can do about it, because that's what you've been taught. I'm here to tell you that there is something you can do about it. I've got your ruby slippers, folks. I'm from Kansas. And y'all know that Dorothy got back to Kansas by clicking her heels 3 times with the ruby slippers. I hold in my hand your ruby slippers. It's the U.S. Constitution. Now here's what we have to do. We have to click our heels 5 times. That's 2 more times than Dorothy. I think we can handle that. And I say that to represent the fact that the key to our future is in Article 5 of the U.S. Constitution. And there's some people who know what that's about. Article 5 of the U.S. Constitution provides ways to amend the U.S. Constitution through Congress and through the people. You can do this without Congress's help, and that's what we're going to have to do to save this country.
Right.
Article 5 of the U.S. Constitution provides that if we have 2/3 of the states petition, that's 34 states, for a constitutional convention, an Article 5 convention, then Congress has no choice but to call it. 34 states, folks, is what we need.
All right.
Now, that sounds like an awful lot of work, and it is. And our framers were brilliant men, and they made it difficult purposely to amend the Constitution. But I'm here to tell you that I have met a man who got a constitutional amendment to the U.S. Constitution ratified in our lifetimes. How many people know this story? Oh, well, this is great. You're playing right into my hands. All right, go out and Google it when you get home. It's the 27th Amendment. That's the last amendment that we got into the Constitution. It was ratified in 1992. Does anybody know who proposed it? I'll give you a hint. It's one of the people that the Richmond County Sheriff's Office is looking for this minute. James Madison. This was an amendment that was proposed back in the founding of our country, and it was ratified in 1992 through the efforts of a man in Austin, Texas, who is still alive today and quite young. His name is Gregory Watson. And before the days of the internet and email, this gentleman typed out letters to state legislators all across America and got that amendment ratified, the 27th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Now, if this guy could do that, working basically on his own, do you think we can take our country back using the same methods?
Yeah.
So, I'm not just proposing a solution here tonight. I'm telling you that I have met a man who has done it. We can do this. It's going to take a lot of work. You know, my friends on the political left felt that the country was on the wrong track the last few years. I got to tell you, I think their feelings were rooted a lot in hatred. In hatred, I think blind, irrational hatred of our president. This movement, the one you're at tonight, in my heart, I believe this movement is rooted in love. Love for this country. We can save this country, but I'm afraid that we're going to have to go around the politicians and the lame-brained media to get it done. I'm asking you tonight to make this more than a rant. I'm asking you, as Congressman Brown did, to make this the start of our work to save this country and take it back. And I'm telling you that the important thing to do is to get in touch. Before you leave tonight, find a way to share your email with your organizers, and they have a tent up there. Leave your email address. Get involved. Let us know how we can get a hold of you. This has to be a movement and not just a rally. The work starts tonight, and it starts with getting your information so that we can get a hold of you. We're counting on you to get this done, but more than that, your children and grandchildren are counting on you. This country is counting on you. The last time I read, yeah, go ahead. Because you know what? We are spending, I've got a 15-year-old son, I got a 20-year-old daughter, but we're digging down deep into my 15-year-old son's future paychecks. That's what we're doing today. And as Congressman Brown said, that's immoral. The last time I read it, which was about a half an hour ago, the Constitution said this is your country. And I want to know, are you willing to work to get it back? Well, let's get to work, and this time let's work for us. Thank you.